Hello my strange and charmed ones! Welcome back to my channel for another video. If you've been following my channel recently, you may remember that a few weeks ago I posted a Filofax frequently asked questions video where I basically assembled all of the questions that I get asked on a regular basis about my planners and how I use them and different accessories and things that go along with it. And I assembled those questions and I answered them in one long video. Now, although I covered a lot in that one video and gave you guys a number of resources, there was one thing that I pretty much didn't really touch on. That is something I do get asked about a lot. And that's really all about how to really get started using a Filofax style 6-ring binder if you're someone who is new to the planner community and wants to get started with a planner, but you really have like no clue how to get started, or you're feeling overwhelmed because there's all these videos on the internet and there's a lot of different information, and that's wonderful, but I do understand how all of that information can get a little bit cumbersome and overwhelming. So I thought that I would do a video for you guys about how to get started with a planner, almost like a how-to guide. So I'm hoping that this is going to help anyone who wants to get started with a Filofax or a similar 6-ring binder system, or someone who maybe you did get started already, maybe you already joined in on the planner community, but you're starting to feel stuck. Like maybe you are getting overwhelmed with all of the options and maybe you've purchased this, that, and the other thing, but you really don't feel like your system is coming together. I'm hoping that this video will help to kind of ease your mind and focus you guys on what I think is important when you're getting started with a planner. Obviously, these are my opinions. They're not like the #1 way to get started with a planner, but I think that I'm going to be able to give you guys some really logical and solid advice for where you should get started so that you make the most out of your planner system. Okay, so the first thing I want to touch on is why would you even want to use a planner, especially a paper planner in this digital day and age? Well, #1, you want to keep organized. That's why. A lot of people have a lot of different appointments that they need to keep track of, tasks that they want to remember and make sure they're getting done, calendars for various events. Maybe you have a work calendar or your student's calendar for your child or your own school or university. There are a number of different sorts of calendars and events and things that we need to keep track of in our own lives. And of course, planners also make a great place to keep reference information, especially 6-ring binders, which is going to be the focus of this video. Filofax style 6-ring binders. So that means Kikki K's, Kate Spade, Franklin Covey, Daytimer, Websters Pages planners, even the Barnes & Noble Punctuate Planner. All of these planner systems that make use of the 6-ring binder style so that you are able to organize your information as you need it and add and remove information easily. Now, another reason why you may want to use a paper planner as opposed to a digital planner is that, you know, it's great to have paper and a notebook and a pen with you at all times, at least in my opinion. I feel like there's a lot of things that happen throughout our day and we try to commit those things to memory and maybe we forget, or we say, okay, next time I'm at my phone or when I have a second, I'll go ahead and type myself a note, or I'll send myself an email, or I'll leave myself a voicemail about it on my cell phone. But sometimes it's just easier and quicker and more efficient to just be writing it down in a notebook. So having a paper planner that has, you know, notebook paper in it is a great way to just sort of really quickly jot down any information that you need to take and know that it's in a place that's safe and secure and does not require batteries. Now, I'm not sure if you know, but studies have actually shown that when you write things down, like physically write them down, it actually helps you to remember things better than putting them on a phone or leaving yourself a voice memo. The actual physical act of writing really does help with your recall, and that really ends up helping with your productivity and your organization in your own life. So that's another great reason why writing things down, having a paper planner is a really great tool. And finally, the last reason that you may want a paper planner is to kind of explore your creative side. I know a lot of people use their paper planners as almost like a hobby, as a creative outlet where they can do craft projects or DIY or express their love for stationery through their planner. I know through my life, and I know through many of you guys as well, I'm sure, you get so busy in your day-to-day, but you feel like you want to have this creative outlet that's sort of manageable. And I'm someone who does like to do DIYs like around the house and, in my own life, but I find that when it comes to my planner, I'm creating these sorts of craft projects and DIY projects that are really helping me to also stay productive and organized. So if you are looking for a creative outlet, a paper planner may also be a good option for you. So now that we've talked about why you may want a paper planner, let's talk about how to actually choose a planner itself, because that's probably one of the biggest questions a lot of people have, is choosing the sort of planner that they want. Now, the first thing you have to think about when you are thinking about your planner is deciding on the size and style that you want. Now, there are multiple different styles of planners available, and the most popular are probably A5 and personal size. Here's an example of an A5 size planner. As you can see, compared to my hand, this is a rather large binder, and it does hold a lot of information. The page sizes are roughly half the size of a piece of standard printer paper. So you really do get a lot of room to write in. And the rings in these sorts of planners do tend to be larger, so you're able to stuff them with more information and fun stuff and goodies. Now let's compare that to a personal size planner. As you can see, the personal size is quite smaller, and the pages inside, I would say, are probably less than half of the size of an A5 page. So you're really talking about losing a lot of space when you move into a personal size, but you also get a lot of portability with this size. This personal size planner is actually a really great size to fit in your bag. Most people's purses will actually, hold something like this. It's really the equivalent of almost like a large accessory that you may have in your bag. So, size is something that you really want to think about because different sizes have their advantages and disadvantages. When thinking about the size planner that you want, the first thing you want to think about is how you're actually going to be using the planner. So I would take out a piece of paper and a pen and make a list of all the things in your mind that you ideally want to have inside this planner. All the different calendars, all the different tasks and projects and things like that that you have in your life, not just currently, but also ongoing things, and just the different types of things within your life and the different categories within your life that you're going to want to track within your planner. You may want to plan your personal activities, work activities, school activities, health and wellness, projects. There's a lot of different things that you can use a planner to house. So think about all of the different ways you would want to use your planner and have a list so that you can really get an idea of how much you really want to put inside of your binder. The next thing you want to think about is where you're going to be using this planner. Is this going to be a planner that's going to sit on your desk so it doesn't actually matter if it's large or if it's small, it just needs to be the right size for you? Or is this something that you want to actually take with you from work to home and maybe traveling about? Because, that really does play into what size planner is going to be right for you. The next thing you're going to want to ask yourself is, what is your style? If you have larger penmanship, maybe larger pages are going to be better for you. Maybe you're someone who has really small handwriting, so you're able to fit more information in a smaller or more compact space, and a personal size may work better for you. The final thing you're going to want to ask yourself is, what's your budget? Because obviously these planners will vary in price by size and style. Now, when it comes to style, all I want to say about that is that it really is a personal choice. As you just saw, I showed you a hot pink binder and I showed you a black binder. Planners come in all different colors, in all different materials. Based on what you're purchasing size-wise and material-wise, you're going to find that there are a lot of different price ranges out there for planners. But it's really important to kind of look at your budget and look at your style and see what you can afford and what really works for you. So make sure to take all of those factors into consideration when you're picking your own planner. And of course, you guys, these are just accessories. So if you end up needing more than one or having more than one, no problem. It's completely up to you and your budget what you end up purchasing and buying. But those are some good methods and good things to think about when you're choosing your planner. Okay, so once you've picked out your planner, the next really important thing that you need to think about for your planner are the inserts. Now, depending on your planner, where you purchase it from and the brand, it may or may not come with inserts. That's something that you're going to want to make sure you're checking on when you're purchasing the planner. And although some planners do come with a suggested set of inserts or a default set of inserts, not every insert is going to work for every person. So make sure you're doing your research, figuring out which inserts work best for you. When it comes to inserts, probably one of the more diverse sets of inserts that you're going to come across are calendar inserts, also known as agenda or diary pages. Now, these are going to be those pages that actually have like dated sections for the month, the year, and the day. Calendar pages are available in a wide variety of views, as I like to call them. So you can get a yearly view, a monthly view, a weekly view, and even a daily view. And among all of those views, there's a lot of different variety. You can get all of those views on one page or on 2 pages or even on multiple pages, so that maybe your week is spread on 4 pages instead of on just 1. There are a lot of different variations of planner inserts out there for your calendar. Now, in order to pick the best calendar inserts for you, I would highly suggest heading over to a really great free resource, which is Filofax, the Filofax blog. I'll go ahead and link it down below. They actually have a whole collection of free printable inserts that you can use as a reference or actually, print out and try out in your planner before you actually go ahead and make the commitment to certain calendar inserts. They have a wide variety of different views of yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily, so you can really get a sense of what is going to work for you. For instance, some people have a lot of tasks going on and have a lot of appointments throughout the day. So they may need a day per page or a day on 2 pages, something that, gives them a place to write all of their appointments and all of their tasks, as well as track important things like their water consumption or a gratitude quote or even what they're making for dinner that night. And some other people can just deal with maybe like a monthly calendar view, a month on 2 pages with, little boxes where you can write in your appointments and any important tasks, can maybe be written in the boxes or in the notes section on the side of the monthly calendar. And of course, for a lot of us, we end up using a variety of different calendar inserts. If you've seen my setup, you know that I use yearly calendars, I use month on 2 pages, I use week on 1 page. So I really do use a variety of different pages to help me track different aspects of my life. So you may find that you need multiple different types of inserts to really help you organize and keep track of all the things that you need to keep track of. Now, other than the calendar inserts, which are very important, there are a number of other popular inserts that you may want to consider for your own binder. Things like address or contact sheets, expense trackers or financial trackers, to-do sheets, more extensive task trackers, health and fitness trackers, meal planning pages, project planning pages, and of course there is a wide variety of loose note paper. You can get note paper in either a lined or ruled version, quad paper, or you could have just regular blank pieces of paper that you keep your notes on. Now, if you're looking to get a sense of some of the different sorts of, extra inserts that you can put within your planner, definitely check out my shop. I'll of course leave the link down below, but I have for sale a bunch of different printable inserts. And even if you're not intending to buy my inserts, you can still take a look at them, see what I've got available, and see if that gets, the cogs in your head moving and thinking about the different inserts that you may want to have in your own planner, because there are a variety out there, and it's really good to know what all your options are. Okay, so the third thing that you want to think about when it comes to your planner is storage and organization. Now, with a lot of different planners, and I will use my personal size planner as an example, a lot of different planners actually have built-in storage and organization within the planner itself. So as you can see here, this planner actually has a number of different business card slots. It also has like these nice deep pockets on either side of the actual binder itself. So you have a lot of different places where you can actually, put different items and organization items. But depending on the type of planner that you actually end up with, your planner may have a different setup or something that maybe doesn't work 100% for your needs. But not to worry, there are a number of different accessories available for a 6-ring binder that give you a little bit of extra organization and storage for your planner. First of all, there are things like folders, like this DIY file folder that I made for my planner. I'll go ahead and leave you guys a link down below to how to make this for an A5 and a personal size planner. But something like this is just an easy, inexpensive DIY that you can do yourself to kind of give your planner extra pockets and extra space for different notes or anything else that you may need to be keeping in your planner. You can also purchase inserts like these separate business card slots where you can hold, either small little goodies or little notes or, of course, business cards or even credit cards and keep them within your planner. And then there are things like little extra zip pouches that can kind of help you wrangle up different little loose items as well within your planner that are, of course, all of these things you can get for an A5 or a personal size planner. And the final piece of extra storage that's very popular in planners are also these clear little top-loading envelopes. Some places like Filofax, when you order a planner from Filofax, these actually come with many of the planners as almost like a freebie that you get for purchasing the planner. So, there's a lot of different storage options that you have for your planner if the binder itself doesn't have a lot of extra storage that suits your needs. And the final element of organization within your planner that I'd like to talk about are dividers and page markers. Again, depending on where you get your planner and the inserts that actually come with it, your planner may come with a set of dividers so that you can really break down the sections of your planner and quickly access information instead of having everything lumped together. Now, although your planner may come with a set of dividers, you can also personalize your dividers the way I have. And I do have a tutorial on how you actually personalize dividers for your planner and kind of can create your own look and whatever you want your theme of your planner to be, you can actually create dividers very quickly and easily and inexpensively with just a few common stationery items. And of course, planners do normally come with some sort of today marker or some sort of marker that actually goes into your planner to mark the current day in your calendar pages. But again, it's easy enough for you to make your own out of different pieces of acetate or even using things like paper clips, as I like to use in my planner. I like to use a lot of different embellished paper clips as page markers in my own planner. So I'll go ahead and leave you guys links down below of some different DIYs that I've done that can help you add these sorts of organizational elements to your planner. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk to you guys about are some extra necessities that I consider important if you're someone who's going to be using a 6-ring binder. The first thing, of course, is pens or pencils, writing utensils of any kind, really. So I know one of the more popular sorts of pens for planner lovers out there are multi-pens. Specifically, I know a lot of people like to use the Pilot High-Tech C Coletto multi-pen because it actually gives you the ability to use multiple different styles of ink in one pen. Now, this actually isn't a Coletto. This is one that I got from Daiso, but you can purchase these at your local office supply store, or the Coletto ones are often available online. So I'll go ahead and link you guys down below to those. Another popular pen that people like to use are friction pens because these pens are actually erasable, and they also do come in a lot of different varieties of colors and widths for the actual nib of the pen. So these are great because if you make an error in your planner or something happens, you write it in and plans change, you can go ahead and just erase the note very easily. Of course, I could spend an entire series of videos talking about different pens and pencils and highlighters and markers that you can use in your planner, but the point is to just, of course, find a pen or pencil or a combination of both that works for you and your needs in your planner. Another great thing to have with you if you're going to be using your planner out and about is, of course, a pencil pouch or some way to actually hold all of those different pens and pencils and accessories that you might need with you on the go. This one here is actually from Kate Spade, but you could purchase a very inexpensive one at the dollar store. You know, a lot of different people utilize cosmetic cases and different sorts of pouches and things like that for their pen pouches. So, look at what you've got around you. I'm sure you actually already have something in your own home that you could use to corral all of your writing utensils and accessories for your planner when you're out and about. Now, the next item that I do consider to be a really important necessity if you are someone who's going to be using a 6-ring binder is a single hole punch. Now, no matter whether or not you're the type of person who is going to be making their own inserts or printing inserts offline, or if you're the type of person that just wants to order everything pre-cut and pre-punched, you can still get use out of a single hole punch, and these are actually very inexpensive. You can get them at the dollar store, local office supply stores, or even online very inexpensively. Now, although I do use an adjustable 6-hole punch because I do tend to make a lot of inserts and like to add a lot of things in my planner, you can still get a lot of use out of a single hole punch, especially if you're someone who wants to keep it very minimal and very simple. Let's say you have a business card that you want to punch and keep in your planner, an appointment card for a doctor or some sort of event that you're attending, movie theater tickets, anything that's a piece of paper, from a note to anything that's a little bit more like cardstock. If you have a single hole punch, you have the ability to just quickly punch it and put it into your planner so you have it with you and it's in your existing system. Now, another thing that's really important to have with you, in my opinion, is whiteout. Now, I use this correction tape style whiteout that's just a generic brand from my local Staples, but you can purchase a variety of different, brands of this and styles of this, from correction tape to actually like a whiteout correction fluid. Now, of course, I don't have to explain to you why you would need these. Obviously, like we talked about with the friction pens, people make mistakes and things change, so you want to be able to quickly white things out on the go. And that's why I like having a correction tape and consider it to be something of a necessity for a planner person. The next things I consider to be necessities are inexpensive paper pads and sticky notes. Now, you guys may recognize these from the Target dollar spot, but you can get these at a variety of different places, from a dollar store to a department store, and they are all pretty inexpensive and they come in a nice wide variety, so you'll be able to find things that work for you. The point is, though, I think that no matter if you are the type of person that makes their own planner inserts, or if you're someone who likes to purchase yours pre-punched, I still think having spare pieces of paper like this are really useful, because when you're out and about, or you're on the go, or if you're in your office just taking notes and you just need to jot something down and put it into your planner, but you maybe don't know exactly where it goes at that moment in your planner, it's nice to have some tear pages that, are not expensive and you're not worried about using them all up, that are, pretty compatible with your planner. In fact, these smaller ones from the Target dollar spot are actually really close in size to Filofax Personal, which is why I like them so much. Likewise, sticky notes come in a lot of different varieties, shapes, sizes, colors. And again, I don't have to tell you why those are important, but they're great for, just making notes, putting them in your planner, and throwing them away once you're done. The final thing that I consider to be very helpful as well are little page flags, like these ones from the Target dollar spot, although you can find little page flags everywhere, from, again, the dollar store to a stationery shop. A lot of different places sell little sorts of page flags. Now, the reason I think these are important are because from time to time, you may be in your planner and busy, and you may need to quickly mark off a page that has some information that you need to reference later. So, having something like this where you can just tear a little flag and put it in your planner and quickly access information that you're looking for is very useful, and again, very inexpensive. Okay, and now the final thing that I want to talk about for anyone who is getting started with a planner are stationery and decoration extras. Like I said in the beginning of this video, a lot of people find using a planner and decorating it to be a creative outlet. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that if that's what works for you. So if you're looking for just a few simple things that are very popular, I've got a few here to show you. First and foremost, and probably the most popular thing you see in planners nowadays, is washi tape. Now, washi tape is great because it comes in a lot of different varieties and patterns and colors, and it's relatively inexpensive. Again, it's something you can get at the dollar store, or you can buy it at specialty stationery shops. So you can find these at a variety of different price points. But, washi tape is great because, one, obviously you can decorate your planner pages with it, but it also does have a practical use as well. Like we were talking about earlier, when you make errors or things in your planner, sometimes it's actually really useful to have some washi tape around, because you can just put a little piece of washi tape over the incorrect information and write on top of it with the correct information. Likewise, washi is also a great way to actually create notes in your planner that actually stand out. So if you're actually looking at your like week at a glance, for example, and you have a lot of different appointments, but there's something really important that you need to stand out, you can take a piece of washi, put it down, and write your note on it, and visually your eye will be attracted to that colorful washi note so that you know it's important. The next thing you see very often in planners as well are journaling cards like these. These actually come from a collection in my own shop, but a variety of different places make and sell journaling cards. These are also known as Project Life cards. Me and My Big Ideas makes a range called Pocket Pages, and all of these things are small little cards that can be used in a variety of different ways in your planner. Some people like to punch these and put them into their planner to actually take additional notes, depending on the style and size of the journaling card. People also use them for decoration. I'll give you guys some examples. I have one here from my set that actually is a little to-do list. So you can actually punch this into your planner and keep an extra tasks list. So it actually functions almost like a little mini insert for your planner. Then we've got things like this, which is actually like a little inspiration quote on a card that you can, again, punch and put in your planner just to liven things up and to decorate it and to get a little inspiration from extra little necessities in your planner. Finally, a lot of times these little Project Life cards or journaling cards actually make really good page markers. So again, sort of like the page flags, but if you want something a little more permanent, you can just punch this and kind of have like the top of it sort of sticking out of the top of your planner or the bottom of your planner, or depending on the size of the card, even some of them actually stick out the side of your planner. Either way, these make really good quick page markers as well. And of course, last but certainly not least, stickers. So you guys know you can get stickers at a variety of different places. I don't need to tell you about that. But stickers are a great way to decorate your planner, but also they have some really great functional roles as well. For example, some of these stickers are actually of my own design and for sale over on my shop. But I've got things like little symbols like luggage or phones that you can actually use to put in your planner to designate an event in your monthly box or in your weekly boxes, wherever you need to put a reminder. A lot of times stickers are a really great way not just to decorate, but to actually stand as a placeholder for a specific event. Of course, I could go on and on about stickers, but it would be useless because you guys already know how to use stickers. But the point is that stickers are really great, not just for decorating, but they also have functional purposes, and they're the final element of decoration that I think is really important if you want to get started crafting and pretty planning, as they call it, with your Filofax or 6-ring binder system. Okay, so this was a very big video, and if I made this video right, you probably actually have more questions now than you did at the beginning, but hopefully you got a lot of really important answers as well. So if you do have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below, and of course, make sure to check my description box because I'm going to be leaving you guys a lot of different references of other videos and other places where you can find really great and helpful information to get started with your planner. And finally, one point I really want to drive home for you guys is really not to be afraid to go out onto the internet and really do some research and search for answers yourself. Obviously, I'm here if you have any questions, and there's a variety of different planner people out there on YouTube and in the blogosphere that you can ask questions to, and I'm sure most of us, like me, are willing to get back to you guys and help you guys out. But of course, don't be afraid to do a little research on your own and do your own digging. The planner community is like a rabbit hole that you can get lost in for hours and hours and hours, and there is a lot of really good information out there. So don't be afraid to do some searching and some Googling of your own. Okay, so if you found this video to be helpful, time to share it. Please make sure to send this video to any of your friends or put it up on your Facebook groups or on your own Facebook profiles. and let people know about this video if you found it helpful, because I bet if you found it helpful, someone else will find it helpful as well. And I absolutely love when I see that you guys have tweeted out my videos, because I love to favorite those and respond back to you guys via Twitter. And of course, if you guys take pictures of yourself watching my videos, I love that. Put it up on Instagram and tag me at MissTrenchcoat, and I'll be sure to like your picture and of course leave you a comment. Make sure to give this video a like if you liked it, you guys, and subscribe for more awesome videos by me. And until next time, bye-bye.